I just gave 2.5 minutes of this awesome speech of just corniness and craziness and bragging about my new microphone and how good it works and everything else. And I realized that I didn't plug it into the camera, so you didn't hear squat. So anyways, back to my fancy microphone that apparently you've got to have it connected on both ends, not just the one in your pocket. So what we're doing is my fear of being bored is kicking in. So I have the sawmill moved over to my uncle's place, start milling lumber over there, and that'll be a whole different video. And so in downtime between the sawmilling, I'm going to pull the tractor apart. I got to split it right in two right here to pull the flywheel off, because there's a gear on there that's full of teeth, which is this little fella right here that the starter connects to, and this turns everything over to make the tractor start. Well, the one that's in there has got several teeth that are missing, which over time happens. So it won't start. So I got to put this in to start it. Well, it'll start, but I got to pull it. But meanwhile, while I'm in there, I'm going to go ahead and replace the clutch, because the clutch is attached to the piece I got to pull off. So figure I'm there, I might as well fix it, right? Or replace it. It's not broke, but will be by the time I'm done messing with it, I'm sure. And at great risk of losing my coveted man card, I will be using this here instruction manual. I've pulled them apart before, but it was a few years ago, and I don't care to goof it up or have to keep taking it apart. So throughout this little video, you're going to notice all this is going to disappear and sit on the ground. All this is going to come out, the push bar, and then also the front end will be rolled forward, back end will be rolled back, and then right here is where I'm going to take that wheel off. But in amongst doing this, I'll be sawmilling logs too, so ought to keep it interesting for a couple minutes, and consuming large amounts of iced tea with, yes, maple syrup in it. Alrighty, I make it a point, because I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all got to get you one of these cheap shop stools. I make it a point to kind of take pictures of where everything goes, just so that I remember, because I'm pulling everything apart and not sure where this or that's supposed to be. So there's a little wire on the back. If you guys are ever working on these things, these little 8N tractors, these Ford tractors, and probably the Massey Fergusons too, but I know the Fords, the little Ford tractors. If your tractor won't start, no matter what you've done to it, it's this little bugger right here that's no good. And now you're going to test me and ask me what the heck that is. And I think it's a magneto or a starting solenoid, something like that. But anyhow, it's a little inexpensive piece, but this thing fractures real easy internal, so you don't see nothing on the outside. But if that's not making a connection, nothing works. Everything runs. And I know that by experience, because I took it to a mechanic to have it fixed, and it cost me 3 times the amount of this little $25 part, whatever the heck it was. Anyhow, if your tractor's not starting, I'd start right here. This is probably the culprit right here. They're notorious for going bad. But anyhow, I'm just disconnecting the wires that are in the way, and what I want to do is pull this starter out of the way, and so I can, oh, come on, there you have turkey. Keep coming, keep coming. Oh, heavy, heavy, heavy. Anyhow, we got that out of the way. Put all this up on the table. And before you say, Keith, the battery, it's disconnected. I just forgot to show you that. Anyhow, it's ready to come out too. That can sit over there. So anyhow, the part that's giving me a line of garbage is right here, and I'm going to see if I can't get you in there. I'm not too sure how well you can see that, but let's get a device out here that will allow me to act like a school teacher, because Lord knows I just love going to school. Anyhow, this is the part that I'm talking about that's all goofed up. You can kind of see the teeth. They're gone versus, break your tool, Keith. You can start to see the teeth are higher than what's up here. But these, you can't see it that well, but the tops are all ground. These are supposed to be square, not triangular like that. And that's from the starter rubbing on them, trying to engage, and it's grinding everything off. Let's see, they're all shaped like a triangle, and they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be shaped like a square. Well, it's just, every time you try to start the tractor, it's just shearing them dudes off. So, that's the part that I got to replace. But unfortunately, to get to it, I got to pull the tractor in half. So, whoops, little washer, we don't want to lose that. So that's what we're shooting for. So now you kind of got an idea of where I'm going with this.